Hello, this is the genuinely beautiful and moronic hack, and I just want to make this quick video just to commentate on the newly released Masters of the Universe trailer from MGM slash an Amazon studio company. That's gonna be weird to say. Just want to comment on it that actually I was not aware, or at least I must have forgotten that there was a He-Man movie in the works. And I am very much interested to see this movie succeed and as well be fun. I don't have a fanatical history with He-Man. It is something I've always known since I was a kid, even though I was not alive when the original show premiered. Did eventually got to know what He-Man was through the 2000s adaptation. Eventually, I did get to see a little bit of episodes of the original series and just other media that I come across, especially in comics where you can find a plethora of He-Man stories. I even read the original He-Man comics that tied in with the toys right before there was a proper cartoon of the show made, and to see that early version of Adam and He-Man is very, very striking compared to how he turned up in the show. Nevertheless, this is a second attempt to make a live action He-Man movie, and there is some good campiness to that original film from the 80s with Dolph Lundgren, but it's not something I usually would seek out to watch if given the option. There's tons of 80s camp that I would rather see, like the Deathstalker series. But as for He-Man, I am glad that through just the visuals shown of the trailer that they do an admirable job of translating the actual look and maybe not feel of the actual cartoon, but the look of the film is great to see presented here on a big Hollywood picture, and that they are not trying to hide the inherent campy nature of the Masters of the Universe. And I got a good smile out of seeing, of course, Adam and He-Man, to see Grassel Grayskull, Man at Arms, I was gonna say Taya, but who's Tella? The warrior woman that usually helps with Adam. I think her name is Tila. I believe her name is Tila. Going through and just watching through the trailer, I am not particularly fond of having to tie this back into the real world, much like with the original Dolph Lundgren movie. But I am curious to see how they'll make a type of origin story for this, since this is a Adam who never grew up in Eternia and is thrusted into this world that he was never a part of. So in many ways it humanizes Adam as more of an earthling rather than someone who is accustomed and used to this magical world of sci-fi and magic. So at least I hope to see a lot of interesting things that come of that, at least a little bit. I don't expect anything deeper, than what this movie is supposed to be, like a fun action film for all ages. And that's what it should be. He-Man is something fun for anyone to enjoy, and you just gotta be into it because it's an inherent campus nature to the franchise as a whole, and if you're not with it, there's nothing much there to really sell you on it. So I just wanted to just share that I am not extremely excited, but I am looking forward to this film, to watch it in theaters when it comes out in the summer. And I'm definitely looking forward more to this than Avengers Doomsday. Just want to throw some shade against that because the marketing for that Avengers movie has just been weird. Any case, I hope this movie's a success. I hope it actually is fun to watch and fun to rewatch. And there's not really much that the filmmakers need to do in terms of giving a fun and entertaining adaptation of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. So that's all for now. Just quick and simple. You know what? I have the power. This good. I'm gonna get goosebumps once I hear that line and all of that. That's cheesy. I think it's like one of the most cheesiest lines I've ever written, but there's something raw and simplistic about it that just works. It just works of saying, I have the power. Alright, that's enough of me. Thank you very much for watching, and this is Hack, sign out.